Francis O'Neill. Oh, hello.
Excuse me, sir. Who'd you say you were looking for?
Oh, I'm waiting for a famous writer from New York. Perhaps you've heard of him, Mr. Francis O'Neill? Everybody has read at least one of his books.
Maybe I can help you. What does he look like?
Oh, yes, there he is. Oh, and he's tall man.
Tall, hmm?
Yes. You see there his face, he has glasses, very smart-looking man.
No. I don't recall seeing a man on the train that looks like the one in this picture.
Oh, well, thanks anyway. What is your name, Bella?
Francis.
And I am Giovanni, like this beautiful village, San Giovanni Rotondo. Tell me, what brings a beautiful woman like you to this place?
I'm a writer, and I'm here to write a book about Pio.
Ah, I should have known. That's the only reason anyone ever comes to San Giovanni, to be healed or to write a story. Mr. Francis O'Neill, he is coming to write a book on Pio as well. He's a very famous writer. He will make Pio famous in America. And then we will get the money from America to help us build our hospital.
Well, that sounds promising.
Yes, and I'm going to be famous too, because I am going to take all of the pictures for this wonderful book.
You're a photographer?
Yes, in a way. I already have many valuable pictures. Pio and I, we like these.
You have pictures of Padre Pio?
Yes, and of the people he healed and the wounds of Jesus on his hands.
So you believe these wounds are real?
Of course I do. Do you doubt it? Why you come to write a book if you doubt it, huh? I know. Perhaps it is really a husband you're looking for, huh? If that is the case, I assure you, there are many wonderful men in these mountains, but none as good as me. Why?
Oh, I'm dying to know.
Well, because of my good looks, my charm, and I got that romantic blood gushing through my veins, huh?
Are all Italian men as forward as you?
Let me tell you something about us Italian men, Bella. We don't believe in wasting time. And if I didn't have to meet this rider, I'd be making a move on you right now. A beautiful woman like you. Very hard to resist. You know what they say about the finer things in life, huh?
No, what's that?
You got to grab it and hold on.
Whoa!
Oh, you don't understand. Are you not Italian?
With a name like O'Neill, what do you think that I am?
Sounds Irish to me.
Yes. My father was an old-fashioned Irish Catholic.
We Italians and you Irish, we go good together. Got the sense of humor. Get the passion. Well, something funny is going on here, I think.
That writer that you're talking about is my father, Francis O'Neill with an I. I am Francis O'Neill with an E.
Let me tell you something else about us Italian men. We're a lot smarter than we look.
Is that the way with you Italian men? Lots of charm and a lot smarter than you look?
See, lots of charm and smarter than we look.
No worries, Giovanni. Guys who think they are smart are usually not as smart as they think they are.
Oh, you're a challenge, but one I would be willing to take on.
Well, this isn't pleasant, but I've come to do a job. Are you going to take me to see Pio or not?
Yes, what I tell you. Pio and I, we like this.
You and Pio are like this.
See?
Do you think you can squeeze me in there somewhere?
Oh, I can squeeze you anytime you want, Bella. But the padre will not be available till this afternoon.
Well, good, because that will give me time to meet with the bishop.
What do you want to meet with the bishop for?
I need to get the church's official position on him.
Oh, that's simple. I can help you with that. You don't need to meet with the bishop.
Giovanni, I get the feeling you don't want me to meet your bishop. Don't you like him?
But of course I like him. He's the bishop. I just don't see why you gotta meet with him. Okay. Boy, what a guy will do to please a beautiful woman, huh? I got a ride coming. It should be here any time now.
Well, good, because I've only got a couple of weeks and I have to make every moment count.
Word.
But I wish I knew a simple way to make him disappear. But this Padre Pio makes my life more difficult each year. But he gets a deadly illness, but it lasts for just 3 days. And then the well-known Padre is healed and up to his old ways.
Though he helps the poor, when he grants the cure when he heals or rid them of their pain. He can cause a stir when miracles occur.
But it's not like me to complain.
Some say Pio can read minds. Maybe he's neurotic. Others speak of bilocation. Perhaps he's just psychotic.
Manifestations are sacred Lord. He may hallucinate, and the prophecies of future things may simply be our fate.
Why do Pio's wounds smell like sweet perfume? Do they really cause him so much pain? And we all presume he'll lead us to our doom.
But it's not like me to complain. But it's not like me to complain.
No, it's not like you to complain.
But it's not like you to complain.
Word.
Have to believe. Oh, hey, what I say, here he is. Good afternoon, Padre.
Who are you? Just kidding. It's always good to see you, Giovanni.
What I tell you, huh? Pio and I will like this. Padre, I have brought with me some people who want to see you. This is Frances O'Neill. She's the writer I told you come from America to write a story about you. She has been to the village and met with many people, including our wonderful bishop.
It's an honor to meet you, Padre Pio. Thank you for granting me this interview.
Thank you for coming all the way from America. So, you met our bishop.
Yeah, I did.
Did you hear about the bishop with the mashed potatoes in his hand?
No, I didn't.
His doctor told him he wasn't eating properly.
The Padre loves to tell jokes, but he is not very good at it. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Oh, Your Excellency, excuse, just another one of my terrible jokes.
Don't worry about it, Padre.
Okay. So, why have you come to do a story on a simple man like me?
A simple man, perhaps, but very popular. It was my father's wish to end his writing career, writing your story. Unfortunately, he's passed away. And I've taken on this task, fulfilling his dream. He thought you were a saint.
I only want to be a simple friar who prays. If God sees blemishes in the angels, can you imagine what he sees in me?
Padre, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have wonderful news to share with you. It's the fundraiser, Padre. We have already got many rich people to attend. There will even be a king and a queen. Isn't that great? Okay, there is just one teeny tiny little snag to the whole thing. In order to appease our bishop and get him to release you, I had to promise him half of the donations. But I'm sure there will be enough money for the hospital and the cathedral.
Giovanni, you still don't understand. You still don't get it.
You are upset we have to split the money, huh?
You could have promised the bishop everything. There will be nothing to split because you will not receive any money.
I don't understand.
Charity for our hospital will not come from the rich. It will come from the poor. It will come from those who suffer the most.
That makes so much sense. And yet, I never thought of it that way.
Giovanni, you do what you must because I know your heart is pure and your intentions are good. So I will be at your fundraiser.
This is what makes you so lovable, Giovanni. You may not always do the right things, but because of your pure heart, you can never do any wrong.
I like that. Lovable and can do no wrong. You're a good observer.
Okay, Padre. I think I have enough information for my book, but there's just one thing I still can't grasp. It's your understanding and teaching on suffering.
That is not such a problem. I can help you understand that.
No, that's okay, Giovanni. I want to hear from the Padre.
No one escapes this world without suffering. Remember, always remain indifferent to suffering, but only when it is your own.
Indifferent to my own suffering?
Yes, indifferent to your own, because you share in Jesus' cross, and that can be a great joy.
If you see suffering as an opportunity for joy, then why do you perform miracles to rid people of their suffering?
Yes, that is why we have the Padre. He can get rid of your suffering if he thinks it is the right thing to do.
Giovanni, you still don't understand. I'm not a miracle worker.
People believe that you are. You have cured many, gotten rid of their suffering.
Giovanni thinks of me more as Santa Claus than a humble monk. I'm merely an instrument of God's will.
Padre, what do you say to all this suffering?
Even when God heals someone, they still suffer. We all suffer. When you suffer, do you not see the cross on Jesus' shoulder? When God is with you, as he always is, and you pray to be with him, your suffering can glorify you.
You see how complicated this all is.
Giovanni, maybe it's best that you listen and not speak, huh?
Okay, fine, if you don't want my help.
What good has he done? We've only had problems since he's been here.
Giovanni, Mario! What's the latest of Pio? Are we going to see him again?
Now that he has been released, I don't see why not.
But you may not like what you hear.
How long am I supposed to wait for this miracle that he promised?
Don't you see that Pio is not there to get rid of our problems?
Then what good is he? Why else do people come from all over the world to see him?
Maybe they come to see the wounds of Jesus on him.
No, they come for him to perform a miracle.
Pio doesn't always change a person's situation, but he can make you see a difference in the situation that you are in.
There is no other way to look at my situation. I wanted my child healed.
Pio tells us that there is no life without suffering, and no matter how long or short, life is still a gift.
How can it be a gift if everything we've ever wanted can be taken from us and we have to suffer?
Yeah, and it's my good-for-nothing husband that should be suffering.
I don't know what Pio would say, but I'm sure your husband is suffering. What is important is how suffering makes you better.
It all sounds like mumble jumble to me. I still want to know, why do we have to suffer?
Oh, that's easy. I can tell you why you have to suffer. Why do we suffer? We all want to know. You hear that question wherever you go. Maybe it's true that you reap what you sow. My mama told me that so long ago. She said you'll feel no pain when you wake up one day. You'll know what happened, so you better pray. Even the rich have to suffer and pay, but they can do it in a comfortable way. She said if you love someone...
Padre Pio has always been a special jewel in our church. I have taken great pride in acting as his confidant, spiritual advisor, and protector for the past 30 years.
Embrace your suffering.
I hear you're a man who enjoys a good joke.
Yes, I like jokes.
Why? It sure is hot in your country, Padre.
Yes, it's very hot.
They say it's 100 degrees in the shade. You want to tell the people to stay away from the shade?
Okay.
I didn't find that joke funny.
But a rich man's joke is always funny.
Padre, if I may speak on his behalf, King Carlos is a great leader, but I am sure that he would like to know how to be an even greater leader. Huh?
King Carlos, don't be afraid to bear the suffering of the poor on your shoulders.
Why would I want to bear their suffering? I'm sure it'll make the people happy, but that would make me a very unhappy king. Let me tell you something, I'm not a pleasant king when I'm unhappy.
Remember, it is better to bear your cross than to drag it.
Your Majesty. You have probably heard that the Padre is building a spectacular hospital and is in need of donations.
What will one hospital do? Things are very tight in my country now.
If you knew the burdens my husband had to carry, you would not say such things. Padre, my husband has to rule an unruly people who do everything they can to escape paying their taxes.
There are many things we cannot control, but we can control what we do with such things.
What do you mean by that?
The branch that bears the most fruit is the branch that bends thankfully to the ground.
Kings and queens bend to no one.